You there! This is Dave and Jason.
Hey!
From DC On Screen. It's that time again. We need help from you to grow our show. But keep listening because there's something in it for you. Give us a 5-star written review on iTunes for a chance to win a free DC trade paperback, DVD, or Blu Ray valued at $15 or less. 1 in 10 will win. The winner will be randomly selected with a number generator on random.org and announced on one of our news episodes. It's pretty simple, really.
Free stuff!
Hooray! Anyway, yeah, seriously, do that. It helps us a lot. It's, like, so good. Anyway, sit back, enjoy this brand new episode of DC On Screen. Welcome into DC On Screen episode 217. This is a news episode. I am your host, David C. Robertson. This is my co-host, Jason Goss.
Hey!
This is, like I said, a news episode. This is going to be a stripped down news episode. We haven't gone a full week between news episodes. And the reason we're doing that is because we are going to go see Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders, the Adam West, Burt Ward, Julie Newmar animated feature that's going to be out in theaters on Monday. So we're going to be doing that instead. And we're going to bring you guys a review of it. So, yay! But, yeah. So, first things first. Last week we talked about how Ben Affleck said that the new Batman movie was going to be called The Batman. Mm-hmm. And the internet shit itself and started complaining that it was a lackluster title. And so Ben Affleck says, I mentioned the other day, it's been around for a long time, the movie. There is no Batman movie happening yet. We're still trying to figure it out, get the script and budget and all that stuff. And someone said, what are you calling it? And I had said, back when we were promoting another movie, I was like, we don't have a name for it. We're just going with the Batman or Batman movie. And I said that, and everyone was like, Affleck announces the title of his Batman movie. Now, we said last week, it could change. Now people are freaking out about this. There is no Batman movie happening yet. Guys, there's a Batman movie happening. Buke has said it was like a year and a half out. It was like 18 months away.
Yeah.
Deathstroke, dude, Joe Manganiello is not showing us all these pictures of Deathstroke comic books and shit because he's doing research for Justice League. He's already shot that shit on Justice League.
Yeah.
Now, importantly though, what Affleck means...
It would be funny if Manganiello suddenly tweeted later, oh, by the way, Teen Titans, screw the Batman movie.
Right. What's funny though is what this does confirm is that footage was for Justice League. Mm-hmm. The Deathstroke stuff that Affleck tweeted out.
Yep.
Because he says there is no Batman movie happening yet. It's not to say there's not one going to happen, obviously they could change the name of it, which I like the Batman, just saying. I like that title. Fine. But he's busy. He's moving. He's going to Iceland.
Yeah.
Finishing up Justice League shoots. He's not working on the Batman just yet. Not as far as actually filming it.
Yeah. So he's wearing the actor hat at the moment.
I think that's all he's saying there. I don't think he's saying we canceled the Batman movie. He's not saying, oh, you guys didn't like the title, so I'm taking my ball and going home.
No, he's super excited about being Batman. He's not taking that ball. But he also just may mean that it may not be exclusively a Batman film. They talk about these things. Man of Steel 2 was going to be Man of Steel 2. It turned into Dawn of Justice.
That's true. Except there's now a Man of Steel 2.
There is still also going to be a Man of Steel 2, apparently.
Yeah.
But, as long as these things keep making money, it doesn't matter how many critics get pissed about it.
Yep.
They really just do not care at the end of the day. If they can take a check to the bank and say, please deposit this, they do not give a damn what the Rotten Tomatoes score is. Mm-hmm. They're unlike the fourth Purge movie, man.
Yep. Purge. Oh my gosh. So jumping over to Suicide Squad, they've pretty much gotten to $740 million at this point.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Big
news of the week for them, though.
Just wait. Oh, it ties into what you were saying, so I'm just saying just wait.
Yeah. Big news of the week for Suicide Squad. They are getting an extended cut. David Ayer is still saying, this is not my director's cut. My director's cut was in the theater. So this is a cash grab, but it's one that you guys asked for. It's one that we asked for. So I'm not hating it. I'm just saying it's not a director's cut. This isn't David Ayer saying, well, this is the film I would have released if Warner Brothers had kept their dirty mitts on. No, this is in fact, apparently Warner Brothers putting their dirty mitts on it and saying, hey, they want an extended cut. Let's give it to them.
Fine.
That's fine. Whatever. I'm interested to see it.
It's only going to be, what, 20-ish? Did they release how many minutes extra?
No, it's 13 to 14 minutes
13 to
longer
14.
is what I'm seeing. Ayer said it was like around 10. I saw somebody else say it was like 12, but the overwhelming report is that it's going to be 13 minutes extra.
Okay.
They did release an extended cut of the trailer, and it's pretty much just, there's just a few cuts of like Boomerang in there, and a couple other characters, but mostly it seems like it's just going to be Joker and Harley backstory.
Yeah, it looked like we were going to get a more extended version of Harley's backstory. Like more of the psychological abuse that she went through, and definitely that scene that was infamously cut where they were clearly having like a moment on a street somewhere, and she starts to shoot him and all that. We reported heavily on it, but it looks like that's what they're leading up. Because I like the last shot, just the pulling up to the car and she's just standing there.
Yeah. I'm excited to see it. I just, it's unless David Ayer comes out in a few months and be like, okay, that was my director. Okay. I don't know. Like I said, you can't trust any of these people at this point in the marketing process.
No, I kind of like where David Ayer's standing on it, too, because even if he is lying, what he's saying is, look, my cut made $750 million. So if y'all don't like what's coming, just know that I didn't do it. And then even if everyone does like it and say, like, why wasn't this in the film? You could be like, well, I still shot those great scenes that you loved. Just didn't fit with the flow. Also, I made $750 million. Did I mention that?
So, I hate to mention this because, someone actually said something about how we haven't reported on this all the time, but it's happened again. I guess we shouldn't be surprised. For the Skrillex music video that Jared Leto did, Skrillex says that Leto gave him the, quote, biggest dildo he'd ever seen, and, quote, a bunch of weird shit in a box.
Naturally.
This shouldn't be of any surprise to anyone.
Not at all. Given what we heard about
Skrillex
while they were on set, no.
Yeah, Skrillex was saying though that the studio wanted him to do the music video and just cut in footage of Suicide Squad, and he didn't want to do that. He wanted to do something different, so he personally called Leto and asked him to appear as Joker, and it actually took him a while to kind of persuade him to do it. And he said that Leto is a really good friend of his, but for him, giving me that Joker character is not an easy thing. He really went out of his way to be a part of that video, and getting Rick Ross in it, the timing was so last minute. Everything came together at the last minute. The director, the treatment, everything. It kind of looked like it came around last minute, honestly. Like, it was not one of my favorite things ever. Like, it was interesting.
There were some neat shots, but it teased me.
Yeah.
And I think I said this the first time. The big problem I had was it did the same thing the movie did. It told me there was going to be a lot of Joker, and then there wasn't. And then it kind of was heavy on Joker up front, and then suddenly wasn't.
Yep, that's kind of what it was, yeah.
And then gave me a cool shot at the end of him one more time. I just kept expecting him to, like, shoot Rick Ross in the head or something, just for the hell of it. Just laugh.
That would have been fun.
Anything.
He should have done it a little sooner in the video, though, Just don't have to keep hearing the song.
Yeah.
It was... Anyway, so over to Justice League news. A lot of Justice League news. First of all, people are flipping out because... remember last week we talked about how there was like a big crane out at the Kent farm? Mm-hmm. Well, now the security footage, or whoever's been taking pictures, has caught that the house was destroyed. It's been demolished. People are freaking out because they think it means something for the movie, but it was actually also demolished after Man of Steel, and it was rebuilt for Batman v Superman, and that's generally because prop houses aren't kept around because they're not built to code, and that would create a huge liability for the studio. So it actually tells us nothing about the story. Yeah. It's just standard procedure, guys. Calm the hell down.
Also, they reuse a ton of that.
They do.
I mean, they will literally pull nails out of boards and put the board back on a truck and take it to another set and rebuild.
Mm-hmm. My guess is they're probably taking the Kent farm to a place in a studio until they need it again for Man of Steel 2 or whatever the hell else.
Or they might literally have taken it down so they could rebuild it in front of a green screen somewhere in a warehouse and get a shot they needed.
Possibly. So Ben Affleck did confirm on Live with Kelly that they just finished in London. He has to go back. He's going to Iceland for a couple of days. He says, but I was in London for 4 months. And Zack Snyder released a Justice League sizzle reel to commemorate the end of the London shoots. London shoots. It looked like a lot of fun on that set, man.
It did. The internet got the highlight of that right. The thing with Jason Momoa at the end.
Oh, with him dropping his trident and grabbing Wonder Woman's sword.
He drops his trident awkwardly and then does a bunch of failed judo looking crap and then just grabs her sword and charges an unknown enemy. I just laughed.
Yeah, that was funny. I don't think we've seen all of that Aquaman armor yet, though. That looked like some armor I hadn't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun, man. That video is just begging to be screenshotted. There's a ton of stuff in there.
Yeah,
that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
not really spoilery stuff so much. There's a lot of it was well put together because it looks like it's showing you so much, but it's really not.
Yeah,
it's just showing you them doing things against a green screen. You don't know what the hell is happening.
Also, was that another Jack White tune, or is it just sound very Jack Whitey?
I don't know.
Didn't it though? Didn't it sound very Jack Whitey?
I don't know. I don't know. It sounded rocky.
Someone will agree with me.
It may have been Jack White. I don't know.
It's impossible to keep up with that cat. He puts out too much music.
Yeah. Sizzle Roll was awesome.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Not awful. Awesome. Chris Pine just came out talking about the rumored multiple roles he's going to be playing in Wonder Woman. People thought that he was maybe playing Steve Trevor's grandfather, a couple different generations of Trevors. He says no, he is not. He is only playing Steve Trevor in the movie.
Okay.
He also said it was fun to fall in love with Gal Gadot. It was fun to do some comedy. It was fun to do some action.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for enlightening us, Chris.
We know everything now. You're Chris Pine. You were going to do a little comedy and a little action. We knew that.
Right. This reminds me of that Star Trek interview he did, where he says, "I'm only playing Captain Kirk. It was fun to, it was fun to do some comedy. It was fun to fall in love with Spock. It was fun to do some action."
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man, give us something. Nom. I apologize. Gotham. On to television. The Make Gotham Safe Again campaigns for Penguin running for mayor. Hilarious.
Great.
Enjoying those. The Superhero Fight Club 2.0 full video has been released online.
No longer have to watch it on the app.
Yep, you don't have to watch it on the app anymore. They released a Supergirl trailer with Superman. It was fun. My favorite part, though, and the part that the internet kind of freaked out about, was we're moving back to Gotham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Superman saves a couple of guys, and their response is, we're moving back to Gotham. That's fun. And, because, of course, everyone wanted to know what that meant, executive producer Ali Adler said, "We have this beautiful history with DC, and I like that we get to borrow from this amazing, wonderful canon that we have. I feel like we have our hands full with the crossover we're shooting right now. I think people will be satisfied with how much crossover they're getting this season." So basically, that's her nice way of saying, shut the hell up, we're not doing Gotham.
Stop being greedy, for God's sake.
I think people will be satisfied with how much crossover they're getting this season. That totally just sounds like, dude, you guys are being greedy as hell now.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Ben freaking Affleck is in charge of Batman right now. We cannot use him.
They can use him though. They can.
I know that they can, but I think there are times when you just kind of you got to call
Let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, you just got to call it. Like getting away with Superman. I'm impressed.
So, speaking of impressed, Honest Trailers released an Honest Trailer on The Flash Season 1 and somewhat Season 2. Shit was funny as hell.
Oh, just fantastic.
Really did. And, I'm not picking on The Flash. Grant Gustin retweeted this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, he loved it. It pointed out a couple of things that the narrator is right. I won't be able to unsee or unhear.
Yeah, I do hope that Gustin kind of looked at it and went, I should stop bobbling my head.
I didn't even... I've never noticed. I never have.
I've never noticed until that. No, yeah.
But they may have just taken that off the table for him.
Right.
Did you... Great stuff in there where the narrator starts weeping with everybody else when it's sad scenes. You can hear him choke it up while he's doing it.
Yeah. I did enjoy, him talking about how implausible so many things, elements of the show were, but somehow worked, and realizing he was a Flash
somehow
fan.
it becomes really fun. Wait, am I a Flash fan now?
You run toward that giant shark, man, Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah. The show is magic. I don't know what to tell you. It's just magic.
It is. Oh, he renamed the show really well too. It's the Dawson's Streak.
Dawson's Streak.
That was good. It was really good.
Yeah, that's good. I forgot about that. That's good. So that trailer for Legends of Tomorrow, Flash from 2056. Confederate zombies, guys. No such things as ninjas. Tell that to Chuck Norris.
Right.
Supergirl. That was the Legends of Tomorrow trailer I've been looking for.
Yes. Even Hex couldn't take you out of that one.
Nope.
And Mick is in classic Mick form. Like I'm just really surprised you guys haven't managed to kill yourself yet. Oh, the day is young.
Super pleased with that. All of that looked good. Jonah Hex, yeah, he looked dumb. I didn't like him. I
don't think you're ever going to like this cat, but man.
I'm just not going to like him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jason Scheck, whatever your name is. I'm Jonathan Scheck. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe you'll grow on me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, digging it.
There was a lot of cool stuff in that trailer, man. Like I'm going to have to go back and watch it 3 or 4 more times.
I've watched it like 4 or 5 times, and like some nice Obsidian stuff, some nice mixed stuff. Bard with see, I like that we're good. Even though Damien Dark is gone on Arrow, we still got him on Legends. That's badass. Legion of Doom shit, man. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Just yes. Speaking of yes,
I mean
yes.
Start and a full good group shots of the JSA as it is. Still like the animation they use. The animation they were using on Vixen looked just freaking great.
They even had they released a little preview, little promo, and I'm not even sure I sent this to you because I try to steer away from these things, but it was Nick Zano going to talk to Oliver and being like, by the way, I've been tracking your buddies, the legends across history. I've noticed little changes in history. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just okay. I don't know how that works, but that's cool. I look forward to seeing all these things.
Hourman, for God's sake, we're even getting Hourman. These are lucky times.
Speaking of lucky times,
you never thought you were going to see live-action Stargirl in any capacity. You never did.
Well, yeah, I did. I've seen Smallville.
Oh, that's right. Smallville. I keep forgetting I haven't gotten there.
Yeah.
You're so much ahead of me.
So
that's on Hulu now. I actually have access to it. I've been watching it, binge watching it. Just good stuff. And you
how far are you in?
About halfway into 2.
Okay.
About halfway into 2.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah. We haven't gotten to the point where they're starting to pull out big names yet. It's just they're kind of working in their own universe.
Yeah, they're doing something. They by the point you're at now, that they've really started to add some spokes themselves to the Superman mythos.
A little bit.
So did you see that they have already announced a sequel to Return of the Caped Crusaders?
No, I didn't. I think pre-sales were that good.
Well, I mean, I think they were planning on doing that anyway because we talked about this a few months ago, how Adam West hinted that they'd already recorded a couple of other movies.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I don't know how many more, but at New York Comic Con, they announced who would be playing Two-Face in the sequel to Return of the Caped Crusaders, none other than William Shatner.
Bring it on.
Now, I don't know if this is based on the... Two-Face never showed up in the show, but there was an episode that was a lost episode that Harlan Ellison wrote. He had turned in an outline for the story, never made it to air. Then DC Comics actually made that into a one-shot, which I have sitting right here on my shelf looking at it. I don't know if it's going to follow that story, but there's at least a precedent for it in the 66 universe.
I don't actually require a precedent, to be honest.
Yeah.
Of
course,
it's a give and take. There were characters in the 66 universe that were new, new additions to the. They didn't just pull from source. So.
Sure. So they did put up a picture of him though, and his human or his normal side, the unscarred side, looks like Captain Kirk from the 60s Star Trek.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Adam West.
I have a fun fact about Shatner I ran across.
Did you? Do you?
Maybe you've heard this one. And it's Halloween related. So yeah, the Mike Myers mask is inadvertently based on on William Shatner's face.
Oh yeah, it was just a Captain Kirk mask that was painted.
I did not know that. And they widened the eye holes and like painted it, and then that was great.
Yeah.
I figured that'd be somewhere in your canon of knowledge.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know that.
Oh, I know. Like I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't have surprised me if you went, "Oh yeah, no." First time I saw Halloween, I was like, "Why is Captain Kirk chasing people with a knife? Why does he have so much hair?"
Yep. I don't know where I found out that information, but I knew it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of those that's been with me since I was very young.
Fun fact of the day for anyone who didn't know.
Yeah. So Adam West was asked recently, who do you regret not having had a chance to work with on Batman? And he says, one day Kim Novak called my assistant and said, do you think he would have lunch with me? So he put on his bathrobe over his costume, took off the cowl. He says, up pulls this Jaguar convertible with her driving. And I said, oh my God, I'm the luckiest bat in the world. I got in the car and we sat and we had lunch and we had a good time. And she drove me back to the stage, and I just had a feeling that she really wanted to do the show with me. She just came off that wonderful movie with Jimmy Stewart called Vertigo, so I was quite impressed, and I would have loved to have worked with her as one of the characters. He also said that on his wish list would be Henry Fonda, Kirk Douglas, and if he was alive, Robert Donat. So, I don't know, it's kind of interesting things.
I would like to know who would have cast everybody. I would like to know who would have made all these people, though. What was his character are we tying to him?
Yeah, that would have been interesting to know. Mm-hmm. I don't think West is thinking that far in, though. He's just like, I want to work with these people. That would have been good. I
was surprised he just didn't say, like, well, Elizabeth Taylor. Yeah, but, I mean, who didn't want to work with Elizabeth Taylor back in the day, man? Come on.
So, Matthew Perry apparently has a Batman room.
I knew it in my heart. I knew there was... I've always liked the guy, but I knew there was more to it.
Yeah. Apparently it is a dark space near his bedroom filled with memorabilia, lots of movie posters and figurines.
Because when you're rich as fuck, you can just have a Batman room and not apologize to anyone.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see it. So Matt Perry, man, come on. Give us a couple of snapshots of this thing. I want to see it.
At least do one of the little roundabout photos you can do now.
So have you heard about DC Legends?
You talking about the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm mad about it, like, truthfully.
Why?
Because it looks like a lot of fun.
Okay.
And it looks like I feel like it's gonna be one of those in-app purchases that are available kind of games. So I could either like waste a ton of money on this thing that I really don't have, or spend a ton of time doing like the plug and chug fight. And the problem I have with it is not that it's in-app purchases like pay-to-play kind of game. Those are all over the place. You can find it for anything. I mean, Rick and Morty and Futurama both have them, but it looks so damn good. I mean, they had Chemo in there.
They do.
Freaking Chemo. Dr. Fate.
It is a game exclusively for mobile, and you basically the player recruits a team of characters together from across the DC universe through different storyline missions in an attempt to save the world. It's a free-to-play RPG game. A shadow of the Black Knight prophecy is upon the world, and only a team of the best and baddest DC characters can battle Necron and restore peace. Gamers can roleplay as Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, Dr. Fate, Harley Quinn, and you can collect and form teams of superheroes and supervillains that are part of their own Justice League, Lantern Corps, or Suicide Squad to complete each mission. They have their abilities, their powers, their gear. They have upgrades to make them stronger. You can upgrade their suits and everything. It looks pretty badass. You can fight in Metropolis and Gotham City and Thanagar and Themyscira. It looks badass. It really
did.
And if you pre-register now, you get Wonder Woman if you're in the U.S. because some places aren't offering it. I've already seen people complaining about that. But it looks really good.
It did.
I'm sorry, buddy. I know you don't like things.
I just looked it up and realized Suicide Squad has a game.
That's what I've heard.
Well, I'll be.
I mean, we recorded. We reported on it a few months ago.
Didn't even remember that one.
It's hard to keep all of it, straight.
Yeah, I really don't try most of the time to remember everything. If it sticks, it sticks. It's like a first-person thing. Looks pretty good. Anyway, moving on.
So that's the news.
Oh, moving on.
Yep.
Gotcha.
We do have 3 new reviews on our iTunes.
So we're getting there on the contest.
We are one away from giveaway number 2 being over.
There we go.
Come on, guys. Let's do this. One more for this giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Kick Willen, I guess is how I'm going to say this, says, great podcast. Keep it up. Please don't change a thing. The humor and excitement that y'all have shows that you truly love what you talk about, and it translated into your podcast. I listen weekly, and I can't get enough of it. I get all my DC news from DC On Screen or Facebook, y'all being my main source. Thank you for all you do, Will H. Thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
That means a lot.
It's awesome.
It's a really nice thing. Really nice things to say.
Here's when we're not recording and just really let loose.
What?
You should hear like our actual conversations when we don't. And these are pretty damn close to our actual conversation. There's just we actually do bother not cursing as much as we normally would, just not as much.
I thought they were pretty much the same.
It's pretty damn close though, yeah.
J. Scott St. Clair says, kudos to the max. I have really enjoyed listening and getting to know David and Jason each week. I love the laid-back, conversational, but very informative format. As a fan of both DC and Marvel properties, it's refreshing that these guys can have a clear passion and optimism for DC without tagging on other publishers. Phenomenal stuff, fellas. Keep the awesome content coming. I love when people appreciate that we're not, anti-Marvel jackasses.
Yeah, I appreciate that there are that many people in the world that are like us, not anti-Marvel jackasses.
Yeah.
Then again, if you are an anti-Marvel jackass and you still like us, come here.
Come, lay your head upon our bosom.
We'll love DC with you. We just don't hate Marvel necessarily. I mean, I'm seeing the hell out of Doctor Strange. It's coming up in like a couple of weeks, right?
Absolutely. Man, I haven't had time to watch Luke Cage yet, and I'm dying.
Only made it 2 episodes in, and yeah, I'm it's good.
Yeah, damn.
It's fun.
So, addicting 10100110010101110.
If that is the code that they used in one of the Futurama movies, I'm going to personally congratulate this guy.
That's up to you to figure out, buddy. I'm not going that deep with it. Says, great job, guys. Definitely makes the work days better. Can't wait for the DC CW verse to get going again this season. Well, it's gotten going
We're
again.
here. We're at 4 episodes a week. It was 4 episodes this week. Next week, it's all 6, baby.
Ooh.
All 6. But that means you get Supergirl and Legends of Tomorrow back, so. I'm excited about both of those, especially after that trailer, man.
Luke Cage is not happening anytime soon for me.
No, it's not. I'll try to squeeze it in before I get to Strange, just in case they happen to mention something somewhere.
They're not doing anything.
They're not.
They're not. It's time to give up the ghost on that. I haven't even seen S.H.I.E.L.D. this year either.
I have. Ghost Rider's kind of great.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
That's been my once I run out of other shows that I needed to watch and still nice and comfy in my chair. I've turned that one on a couple times and yeah.
Nice. Well, that's all I've got for this episode. I told you it was going to be a short news episode.
It does feel short.
Guys.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
We're going to be coming back, though, with a review probably Tuesday morning of Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders, starring Adam West, Burt Ward, and Julie Newmar. I kind of can't wait for it. I'm really excited. We're all going to hang out on Monday. It's going to be cool. So that's happening. So you're going to get an extra episode out of us anyway. We are DC On Screen. You can find every episode on DCOnScreen.com. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter under DC On Screen. You can find us on Stitcher and iTunes. Again, review us on iTunes. Give us a 5-star review, written review. You're going to be entered in this contest to get a free trade paperback, DVD, or Blu Ray valued at $15 or less. One more before this giveaway is over, and then we'll start at the next giveaway. So, don't think, oh no, if only one person has come and done. No, we're going to be doing it again. We're going to just cycle it over. So, come on, do it. I don't know how long we're going to be doing that, but it might be you. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, guys. We're a proud member of the Giant Size Team Up Network, GiantSizeTeamUp.com, proud member of the Batman Podcast Network. Until next time, keep some DC on your screen. Just do it.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.